Ladies and gentlemen, in a world bustling with noise and distraction, the idea of walking alone might seem daunting, even intimidating. Yet, it is precisely in those solitary moments when the crowd fades into the background that you discover your truest self. Walking alone like a lone wolf is not a retreat, it is an act of courage, an assertion of individuality, and a pathway to profound growth. Solitude is a profound and underappreciated force in our lives. In the quiet moments when you are truly alone, away from the endless distractions of the world, you allow yourself the opportunity to think deeply and authentically. This isn't about shutting out the world permanently or becoming isolated. It's about creating a space where you can reflect on who you are, what you want, and what truly matters. When you're surrounded by others, their voices and opinions often overshadow your own thoughts. You begin to lose the thread of your individuality, blending into the collective rhythm of the crowd. But in solitude, you reclaim that thread. The stillness of being alone forces you to confront the layers of noise in your mind, stripping them away until what remains is your essence, your truest, rawest self. It's in these moments of solitude that creativity flourishes, clarity emerges, and personal growth takes root. You begin to see your life as it is, not as others project it onto you. Without the external chatter, you gain the perspective to evaluate your strengths, confront your weaknesses, and envision a future that aligns with your authentic self. Solitude is not a state of loneliness, it is a tool for self-discovery. The power of solitude lies in its ability to teach you self-reliance, to help you understand your value, and to show you that you are enough, even when no one else is watching. Breaking free from the herd is not just an act of rebellion, it is an essential step toward personal liberation. Society is structured to encourage conformity, to keep individuals tethered to shared norms, expectations, and behaviors. While this structure provides stability, it can also stifle individuality and suppress the very qualities that make you unique. Choosing to step away from the herd means resisting the pressure to blend in, to follow the well-worn paths others have created. It is about questioning the assumptions that have been handed to you and evaluating whether they align with your values and purpose. This act of breaking free is not an outright rejection of the group, but a conscious decision to prioritize your own path over the comfort of belonging. The herd often offers a false sense of security. It tells you that you're safe when you follow its rules, that you're accepted as long as you don't deviate. But this safety is superficial. It comes at the cost of your individuality and the risk of losing your sense of self. To break free is to embrace the discomfort of stepping into the unknown and to confront the fear of being misunderstood or judged. Walking away from the herd requires immense courage. It means standing up to the collective voice that says this is how it's always been done, and instead responding, but does it have to be? It is the realization that greatness, innovation, and authenticity are rarely born from consensus. They emerge from those who dare to see things differently, who challenge the status quo, and who are willing to forge their own way. By breaking free, you begin to reclaim your autonomy. You learn to trust your instincts, to navigate life on your terms, and to find strength in your individuality. The path may be lonelier, but it is infinitely more rewarding as it leads to a life that is truly your own. The fear of loneliness is one of the most primal and pervasive emotions humans experience. It is deeply ingrained in us, a remnant of a time when survival depended on the strength of the group. Yet, to truly grow, you must confront and overcome this fear. Loneliness is not an enemy to be avoided at all costs. It is a teacher, a companion on the journey to self-discovery. Facing loneliness means stepping into a space where there are no distractions, no comforting voices to reassure you, and no external validation to lean on. In this space, you are left with only yourself, your thoughts, your fears, and your dreams. It is a vulnerable place to be, and vulnerability is uncomfortable. However, it is within this discomfort that you find the seeds of courage. When you allow yourself to sit with loneliness, you begin to understand that it is not the absence of others that creates the fear, it is the absence of connection with yourself. Many people fill their lives with noise, with superficial relationships and endless activities to avoid the silence of being alone. But in doing so, they miss the opportunity to build a deeper, more meaningful relationship with themselves. To face loneliness is to acknowledge that you are your own constant companion, that you alone are responsible for your happiness and fulfillment. This realization can be both empowering and intimidating. It strips away the illusion that others can fill the voids within you and reveals that those voids must be filled from within. Loneliness, when embraced, transforms into solitude, a state of being where you find strength in your own company. It teaches you to rely on yourself, to find contentment in who you are, and to recognize that you are enough. It is not a weakness to be alone. It is a strength to stand in the silence and not only survive but thrive. Developing inner strength is not a simple or instantaneous process. It is forged in the crucible of challenges, setbacks, and moments of solitude. Inner strength is not about being unbreakable or immune to adversity. It is about cultivating the resilience to face life's hardships with grace, determination, and a sense of purpose. Walking alone provides the perfect environment to build this strength. When you are no longer leaning on the approval of others or relying on external support systems, you are forced to turn inward. In doing so, you begin to recognize the well of resources within you, your perseverance, your intellect, and your capacity to adapt. This journey requires confronting your weaknesses. When you walk alone, there is no one to deflect your insecurities onto, no one to shield you from the truth of your flaws. Instead of avoiding them, you learn to acknowledge and work through them. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to grow. And every victory, no matter how small, reinforces your belief in your own abilities. Inner strength also stems from discipline. When you choose to walk alone, you take full responsibility for your actions and decisions. There is no one else to blame if things go wrong, and no one else to credit when they go right. This accountability forces you to stay focused, to set goals, and to work tirelessly toward them. It is through this consistent effort, often unseen by others, that you build the mental and emotional fortitude to keep going, even when the road is difficult. Perhaps most importantly, walking alone helps you develop self-trust. The more you rely on yourself, the more you come to believe in your capacity to handle whatever life throws at you. You learn that strength is not about never falling, it is about always getting back up. It is about standing tall, not because someone else is watching, but because you owe it to yourself. In the end, inner strength is not a destination, but a continuous process of growth. It is the ability to face life's uncertainties with courage, to embrace the journey with all its ups and downs, and to remain steadfast in your commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Clarity of purpose is one of the greatest gifts that comes from choosing to walk alone. In the absence of the noise and distractions of others, you are finally able to listen to your own inner voice. This clarity is not something that happens immediately. It is a gradual process of stripping away the layers of external expectations, societal pressures, and inherited beliefs to uncover what truly matters to you. When you are constantly surrounded by the opinions and judgments of others, it can be difficult to discern your own desires and goals. The collective pull of the group often leads you to pursue paths that may feel safe or acceptable, but fail to ignite your passion or align with your authentic self. Walking alone allows you to step away from this pull and gives you the space to ask yourself, what do I want? What is my purpose? As you spend time alone, you begin to reflect on your values, your strengths, and your unique abilities. Without the influence of external voices, you can evaluate your decisions based on what feels right for you, not what looks right to others. This process is not always comfortable. It requires confronting your fears, questioning long-held assumptions, and acknowledging when you've been living according to someone else's script. Once you gain clarity about your purpose, your actions become more intentional. You are no longer drifting aimlessly or living to meet vague expectations. Instead, every step you take is guided by a deeper understanding of where you are headed and why. This clarity brings focus and direction to your life, allowing you to prioritize what truly matters and let go of what does not. Clarity of purpose also fuels resilience. When you know what you're striving for and why it is important, you are better equipped to endure setbacks and challenges. Your purpose becomes a compass, helping you navigate through uncertainty and keeping you grounded when the journey feels difficult. It gives you the strength to persist, even when the path is steep and lonely. In this pursuit of clarity, Walking alone is not an escape from responsibility or connection. It is a deliberate step toward living a life of meaning and authenticity. It is about defining your own path, guided by a purpose that resonates deeply with who you are. The lone wolf is a symbol of resilience, adaptability, and determination. In the wild, a lone wolf does not have the safety or support of a pack, yet it survives and often thrives by relying on its instincts, resourcefulness, and unyielding resolve. As humans, we can draw powerful lessons from this metaphor, applying the wolf's mentality to our own lives when we choose to walk alone. In a pack, there is a sense of shared responsibility, a collective strength that comes from numbers. But when the wolf is alone, it learns to rely entirely on itself. There is no one to hunt for it, no one to defend it, and no one to guide it. Every decision it makes is crucial to its survival. This necessity forces the wolf to develop sharp instincts and a heightened awareness of its surroundings. Similarly, when you walk alone, you become attuned to your own needs, strengths, and weaknesses. You learn to trust your judgment and to sharpen your skills in ways that might not have been possible within a group. The lone wolf is also a master of adaptability. It faces an unpredictable and often hostile environment, yet it adjusts its strategies to overcome challenges. This adaptability is key to its survival. In life, walking alone means encountering obstacles that test your resilience and creativity. Whether it's learning new skills, finding unconventional solutions, or adjusting your goals, you become more flexible and resourceful as you navigate your unique path. Strength, both physical and mental, defines the lone wolf. This strength is not given, it is earned through perseverance and experience. The wolf faces dangers head-on, not because it lacks fear, but because it knows that survival depends on its ability to confront challenges with courage. Likewise, when you choose to walk alone, you cultivate an inner strength that allows you to face life's difficulties with confidence and composure. You learn to embrace discomfort as part of growth and to push forward even when the odds are stacked against you. The lone wolf's journey is not without its risks, but it is also a journey of freedom. Free from the constraints of the pack, the wolf moves according to its own instincts and desires. This freedom mirrors the independence you gain when you choose your own path. You are no longer bound by the expectations of others or limited by the group's consensus. Instead, you are guided by your own purpose, moving forward with the determination and focus of a predator pursuing its prey. Walking alone like a lone wolf is not about rejecting others or living in isolation. It is about embracing the mindset of self-reliance, adaptability, and courage. It is about learning to thrive on your own terms, finding strength in solitude, and proving to yourself that you have what it takes to survive and succeed no matter what challenges you face. Finding your true self is a journey of self-discovery that often requires stepping away from the influences of others. In the presence of the group, it is easy to adopt behaviors, opinions, and values that are not truly your own. The expectations and judgments of others can obscure your sense of identity, making it difficult to distinguish between who you are and who you've been conditioned to be. Walking alone is a deliberate act of breaking away from these external influences to reconnect with your authentic self. When you are alone, you have the freedom to explore your thoughts and emotions without fear of judgment. You can ask yourself the hard questions: what do I genuinely want? What values do I hold dear? What dreams have I neglected in favor of conformity? These questions are not easy to answer, but solitude provides the space and time needed to reflect deeply and honestly. This process of self-discovery often involves unlearning. Over the years, you may have absorbed beliefs and expectations from family, society, or peers that do not align with who you truly are. Walking alone allows you to challenge these assumptions and discard the ones that no longer serve you. It is a process of peeling back layers to reveal your core self that is free from pretense and external validation. Finding your true self also means embracing your uniqueness. Each person is born with a distinct set of strengths, passions, and perspectives. Yet, in the effort to fit in, many suppress their individuality, afraid of standing out or being misunderstood. When you walk alone, you are no longer constrained by the need to blend in. You can fully express your authentic self, celebrating the qualities that set you apart from others. This journey is not without its challenges. It requires vulnerability and the courage to confront aspects of yourself that may be uncomfortable or unfamiliar. You may discover fears, insecurities, or regrets that you've avoided addressing. But it is through facing these truths that you gain a deeper understanding of who you are. As you uncover your true self, you also begin to align your life with your authentic identity. Your decisions, relationships, and goals start to reflect your values and passions, creating a life that feels purposeful and fulfilling. You no longer live for the approval of others. Instead, you live in alignment with your own truth. The path to self-discovery is not always easy, but it is one of the most rewarding journeys you can take. Walking alone gives you the opportunity to reconnect with your essence, to embrace your individuality, and to live a life that is truly your own. Challenging your comfort zone is an essential part of personal growth, and walking alone provides a unique opportunity to push those boundaries. The comfort zone is a safe, familiar place of space where routines are predictable, risks are minimal, and challenges are kept at bay. While this zone can provide temporary stability, it also creates stagnation, preventing you from realizing your full potential. Stepping out of it is not just a choice, it is a necessity for transformation. When you walk alone, you inevitably encounter situations that test your limits. Without the safety net of a group to fall back on, you are forced to confront fears, uncertainties, and obstacles head-on. These moments are uncomfortable, even daunting, but they are also the catalyst for growth. They force you to adapt, to innovate, and to find strength within yourself that you may not have realized existed. Leaving your comfort zone often means facing unfamiliar challenges. It might be as simple as learning a new skill, or as profound as reevaluating deeply held beliefs. The unfamiliar can feel overwhelming at first, but as you navigate through it, you begin to build confidence and resilience. Each small success reinforces the belief that you are capable of handling more than you once thought possible. Walking alone also teaches you to embrace failure as a learning experience. In the comfort zone, the fear of failure often keeps you from taking risks. Outside of it, failure becomes an inevitable part of growth. When you are alone, there is no one to shield you from the consequences of your actions, but there is also no one to diminish your successes. You learn to take ownership of both, understanding that each setback is an opportunity to learn and each achievement is a testament to your perseverance. Challenging the comfort zone also fosters creativity and innovation. When you step away from the routines and patterns of the familiar, you are forced to think differently and explore new perspectives. This expanded way of thinking often leads to breakthroughs, helping you solve problems and approach life with a fresh sense of possibility. As you push your boundaries, you also develop a greater tolerance for uncertainty. Walking alone requires you to navigate uncharted territory without a clear roadmap. This uncertainty can be unsettling, but it also strengthens your ability to stay calm, focused, and resourceful in the face of the unknown. Over time, you come to see uncertainty not as something to fear, but as an opportunity to grow and discover. Walking away from the familiar is not easy, but it is a powerful way to expand your horizons and deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. It is in these moments when you challenge your comfort zone that you truly begin to transform. Building self-reliance is one of the most empowering aspects of walking alone. In life, it is easy to fall into a pattern of depending on others for guidance, validation, and support. While there is value in collaboration and shared experiences, true strength lies in your ability to stand on your own, to navigate challenges without leaning excessively on external sources. Self-reliance is not about rejecting help or isolating yourself. It is about cultivating the confidence and competence to handle life's complexities independently. When you walk alone, you are forced to take full responsibility for your decisions and actions. There is no one else to shift the blame to or to share the burden of your choices. This responsibility can feel overwhelming at first, but it also fosters a deep sense of ownership over your life. Each decision you make is a reflection of your judgment, and each outcome, whether success or failure, becomes an opportunity to learn and grow. Walking alone also teaches you the value of problem solving. Without the immediate input of others, you must rely on your own creativity, logic, and resourcefulness to overcome obstacles. This process strengthens your ability to think critically and make sound decisions under pressure. Over time, you develop trust in your ability to handle unexpected challenges, and this trust becomes a cornerstone of your confidence. Self-reliance is closely tied to resilience. When you are alone, setbacks and failures can feel more pronounced because there is no one to soften the blow. However, these experiences also teach you how to recover and adapt. You learn that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to success. Each time you rise after a fall, you reinforce your ability to persevere, proving to yourself that you can endure and overcome. Another key aspect of self-reliance is emotional independence. Walking alone allows you to separate your sense of self-worth from the opinions and actions of others. You begin to realize that your value is not determined by external validation, but by your own beliefs and actions. This emotional independence gives you the freedom to pursue your goals and values without being swayed by the expectations or judgments of others. Building self-reliance is a gradual process that requires patience and effort. It is about developing the skills, mindset, and inner strength to navigate life on your own terms. It is not about being invulnerable or never needing support. It is about knowing that, even when you stand alone, you have the capacity to thrive. This self-reliance becomes a foundation for a life of independence, confidence, and fulfillment. Living authentically is perhaps one of the most profound benefits of walking alone. In a world where there is constant pressure to conform, to fit into molds created by society, culture, or even our families, living authentically can feel like a revolutionary act. When you choose to walk alone, you free yourself from the need to meet the expectations of others. You reclaim the ability to define your own path, to live according to your own principles, and to make choices that reflect your true self. This journey requires a willingness to be vulnerable. To live authentically means showing up as your true self without pretense or the facade that is often required in social settings. It means acknowledging your flaws and strengths alike, accepting both with grace. This vulnerability can feel uncomfortable because it exposes you to judgment, rejection, or even misunderstanding. Yet it is through embracing this vulnerability that you tap into the power of authenticity. Living authentically also requires courage. It takes strength to break free from societal norms and to choose a path that aligns with your values, especially when that path is unconventional or misunderstood. The fear of standing out or being judged often holds people back from living true to themselves. But when you choose to walk alone, you give yourself permission to pursue what genuinely matters to you, even if it deviates from the expected path. In this process, you begin to shed the expectations placed upon you by others, whether it's the pressure to pursue a certain career, live a particular lifestyle, or maintain relationships that no longer serve you. Authenticity requires that you let go of these external impositions. As you walk alone, you start to realize that your worth is not defined by external standards, but by how well you align your actions with your true desires and values. Living authentically is also a process of self-acceptance. Many people live their lives trying to please others or seeking approval, which can cause them to lose sight of who they truly are. When you walk alone, you learn to accept yourself fully, the good, the bad, and everything in between. You understand that being authentic doesn't mean being perfect. It means embracing your whole self without shame or fear. The beauty of living authentically is that it attracts the right people and opportunities into your life. When you live in alignment with your true self, you begin to resonate with those who share your values and passions. You stop pretending to be someone you're not, and in doing so, you invite genuine connections that are based on mutual respect and understanding. Living authentically is not a one-time choice, it is a continual practice. It requires consistent reflection, self-awareness, and the courage to remain true to yourself, even when it's difficult. But as you continue to walk alone, you find that living authentically brings a deep sense of fulfillment and peace, as you no longer need to hide or pretend to be something you're not. You become free to express yourself fully, and in doing so, you create a life that is rich in meaning and aligned with your deepest truths. Personal growth thrives in environments where you can truly focus on your own development, and walking alone offers the perfect opportunity to cultivate this. When you're not constantly attending to the needs or expectations of others, you gain the mental and emotional space to invest in yourself. This investment in personal growth is not a passive process, but an active, ongoing effort to push beyond your current limitations, refine your skills, and evolve into the best version of yourself. Walking alone offers the freedom to explore your potential without the distractions or influences that come with constantly being around others. It allows you to concentrate on your goals and pursue your interests with clarity and determination. When you take the time to be alone, You can truly assess what areas of your life need attention, whether it's your physical health, emotional well-being, or intellectual pursuits, and make the necessary changes to improve. Without the noise of social obligations or the pressure to meet the expectations of others, you have the ability to chart your own course. Walking alone forces you to take ownership of your journey, and as you face challenges on your own, you begin to learn valuable lessons that contribute to your growth. Whether it's learning a new skill, overcoming an obstacle, or simply learning to be comfortable with solitude, each experience along this path strengthens your resolve and fosters a deeper understanding of yourself. Personal growth is inherently tied to the ability to face discomfort. When you walk alone, you will undoubtedly encounter moments of unease, fear, and self-doubt. These moments are an essential part of growth, as they challenge you to step outside your comfort zone and expand your abilities. Overcoming these obstacles, whether internal or external, builds resilience and strengthens your capacity to deal with future challenges. Walking alone also provides the chance to evaluate your values and your approach to life. It encourages introspection, helping you to assess whether your current habits, routines, and thought patterns align with your long-term vision. It allows you to confront areas of your life where you've been stagnant, giving you a chance to break old patterns and develop new, healthier habits. In this journey of personal growth, you're your own teacher, guide, and motivator. You may not always have someone beside you pushing you forward, but in walking alone, you learn to be your own source of motivation. This process teaches you that growth does not come from external validation, but from within. As you nurture your personal development, you become more self-reliant, confident, and empowered to tackle whatever comes your way. As you continue to walk alone, personal growth becomes an ongoing commitment, a process of constant refinement. It is in the moments of solitude that you realize how much potential you have to shape your life and how much strength you possess to transform yourself into the person you aspire to be. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory, and it all contributes to your evolution as an individual. When you walk alone, you create the space to sharpen your focus and discipline. In the absence of external distractions, you are forced to turn your attention inward, and this shift allows you to concentrate on what truly matters. Focus is the ability to direct your energy and attention toward a specific goal, blocking out the noise that tries to pull you in different directions. Discipline is the strength to maintain that focus, even when the road ahead is difficult or when distractions tempt you to deviate. Without the pressure to conform to the rhythms of a group or to please others, you can develop a deep sense of purpose and commitment to your personal goals. You learn to prioritize what's important and let go of what no longer serves you. Walking alone requires the discipline to remain consistent, even when no one else is watching. And this self-directed focus propels you forward, helping you stay on track despite the challenges that come your way. As you focus more intently on your own development, you begin to hone the ability to eliminate unnecessary distractions. This may mean saying no to opportunities that don't align with your goals, distancing yourself from negative influences, or creating boundaries that protect your time and energy. By doing so, you ensure that the energy you expend is put toward pursuits that contribute to your growth, rather than pulling you in conflicting directions. Discipline is cultivated through repeated action, and walking alone teaches you the value of consistency. When you are accountable only to yourself, you realize that the success or failure of your journey rests entirely on your ability to stay disciplined. Each day presents an opportunity to choose how you invest your time, energy, and resources. When you choose wisely and act with intention, you build momentum that carries you toward your objectives. Focus and discipline also enable you to make progress despite inevitable setbacks. When you face challenges or encounter failure, the temptation is to abandon your efforts or to divert your attention to easier pursuits. However, walking alone gives you the opportunity to strengthen your resolve. You develop the discipline to continue working toward your goals, even when it seems difficult, trusting that the small, consistent efforts will eventually lead to success. This ability to focus and remain disciplined extends beyond your goals to every area of your life. As you walk alone, you learn to manage your time and energy more effectively, to make choices that align with your core values, and to stay true to your commitments. You realize that you are in control of your path, and that the more disciplined you become, the more empowered you feel to take charge of your life. Walking alone is an opportunity to cultivate a deeper sense of focus and discipline, qualities that are essential for long-term success and personal growth. These attributes help you break free from the distractions and external pressures that often limit your potential, allowing you to live a more intentional and fulfilled life. By sharpening your focus and strengthening your discipline, you set the stage for transformative change, leading you to become the person you aspire to be. When you walk alone, you cultivate a deeper connection with your own thoughts and emotions. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with external stimuli, opinions, media, social interactions, solitude provides a rare opportunity to truly understand ourselves. Alone, you are forced to confront your inner hopes, fears, desires, and anxieties. It is in this space of introspection that you begin to truly get to know yourself, free from the distractions or influences of others. In solitude, you find the time and space to reflect on your past, assess your present, and dream about your future. You can honestly evaluate your successes and your failures, understanding not just what happened, but why it happened. These reflections often lead to valuable insights. Patterns emerge, revealing aspects of your behavior and mindset that you may not have noticed before. This self-awareness is crucial for personal growth, as it allows you to make informed choices about how you want to move forward. Walking alone also enables you to connect with your deeper desires and motivations. When you are not concerned with pleasing others or meeting societal expectations, you can ask yourself, what do I truly want from life? What drives me, and what am I passionate about? These questions may seem simple, but they often require moments of quiet reflection to answer honestly. It is in solitude that you can uncover what truly resonates with you, untainted by the influence of others. In addition to understanding your desires, walking alone also allows you to recognize and address your fears. Solitude has a way of bringing up the things you might be avoiding, the insecurities, doubts, and anxieties that you may try to push aside in the hustle and bustle of daily life. However, when you face these fears head-on, you begin to understand them more fully. You realize that they are not insurmountable obstacles, but challenges to be confronted. And in doing so, you gain a sense of mastery over them. Walking alone also teaches you to trust yourself more deeply. Without the constant reassurance of others, you are forced to rely on your own judgment and decision-making abilities. This builds confidence as you learn to navigate the uncertainties of life with a growing sense of trust in your own instincts. The more you walk alone, the more you realize that you have the wisdom and resilience to handle whatever challenges come your way. In solitude, you also have the space to nurture your emotional well-being. Without the distractions of others, you can attend to your emotions in a more mindful way, processing them without judgment. You may find that you develop a deeper sense of empathy for yourself, learning to approach your emotions with understanding and compassion rather than fear or resistance. This emotional awareness helps you develop a stronger, more balanced sense of self. Finally, walking alone helps you cultivate an inner peace that comes from truly understanding who you are. You no longer need validation from others to feel secure in your identity. Instead, you become your own source of strength, peace, and assurance. This connection to your inner self is a foundation upon which you can build a life that is authentic, purposeful, and aligned with your values. The time spent in solitude is an investment in yourself. It is a chance to deepen your self-awareness, to confront your fears, and to connect with your true desires. Through this process, you develop a stronger, more resilient sense of self, one that is less influenced by external forces and more rooted in your own wisdom. In conclusion, walking alone is not merely a physical journey. It is a profound internal voyage that fosters growth, self-awareness, and strength. It challenges you to confront your fears, embrace your individuality, and discover the deep reservoir of potential within you. In solitude, you find the space to develop resilience, discipline, and authenticity, qualities that shape your path and define your success. By walking alone, you cultivate the courage to stand firm in your convictions, to embrace your uniqueness, and to navigate life with clarity and purpose. It is not a path of isolation, but of profound connection to yourself, to your goals, and to the life you are determined to create. Though the journey may be difficult at times, it is in these moments of solitude that you discover your true strength, your capacity for growth, and your unwavering ability to carve out a life that is entirely your own. So embrace the solitude, for it is in walking alone that you may find the freedom to become who you are truly meant to be. The world may urge you to follow, but it is only when you walk alone that you discover the power of forging your own way.